All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Peace Seekers, where we read through the Apocrypha, and we're starting out with the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs. If you haven't seen it already, we are already caught up. We're already all the way up to the book Testament of Dan. So shalom everyone. I hope you're having a good start to your week. And I hope y'all are excited to listen along to me reading through the Testament of 12 Patriarchs. Again, this is the first time that I've ever read it, and I've been finding lots of gravy within it. I think kind of honing on some details that I think would actually help quite a bit of people. And especially, from a man's perspective with men within our society, especially today with all of the things going on. And so, So if you're interested, go back, check out those videos. But today we're reading out from the Testament of Dan. And after we'll read through the whole Testament. There's 2 chapters to it. And after we read that, I'll give you a little quick discussion of what my thoughts are, my first impressions of reading after reading it, and then we'll call it a stream. So I hope y'all are excited, and as I am to read it, as y'all are to hear it. So awesome! All right, let us pull up that information, and I already have it here. Just got to pull it up here. And click this button. Sweet. Make sure that's good over on everyone else's side. Oh, I need to get rid of... Oh, I'm on the wrong one. That's why. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, sweet. So, let's grab this. Okay. Alrighty, let's get into it. So, for those interested, I am reading from sacredtext.com. You can check out this link. I am gonna post. We're in the Testaments of 12 Patriarchs. We've already read all of them, and we're on the Testament of Dan. I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste this into the chat. So, if you're interested in following along, you have that available to do so. And I hope you're excited to read through it with me or at least hear me read it. So so let's just get into it. And perfect. I'm gonna just set. Okay, that's good. Perfect. Awesome. And welcome everybody. Welcome Robert. Good to see you, brother. Again, Phil, Henry. Welcome. Good to see you. And shout out to Take on the World, all those who are over there as well. Just incredible. Good to see you, brother. We had a great conversation last night. It was very edifying for my spirit. So I appreciate that, brother, for staying up so late and chit-chatting with me. So anyways, let's get into it. This is it. So I'm going to take a quick drink of some coffee to warm the throat, and then we'll get into it. All right, perfect. The Testament of Dan. The 7th son of Jacob and Bilhah. It says, Chapter 1. The 7th son of Jacob and Bilhah, the jealous one. He counsels against anger, saying that it giveth particular vision. This is a notable thesis on anger. The copy of the words of Dan, which he spake to his son in his last days, in the 125th year of his life. For he called together his family, and said, Hearken to my words, ye sons of Dan, and give heed to the words of your father. And I proved in my heart and in my whole life that truth, with just dealing is good and well-pleasing to God, and that lying and anger are evil, because they teach man all wickedness. I I confess, therefore, this day to you, my children, that in my heart I resolved on the death of Joseph my brother, the true and good man. And I rejoiced that he was sold, because his father loved him more than us. For the spirit of jealousy and vainglory said to me, Thou thyself art his son. And one of the spirits of Balaam stirred me up, saying, Take this sword, and with it slay Joseph. So shall thy father love thee when he is dead. Now this is the spirit of anger that persuaded me to crush Joseph, as a leopard crusheth a kid. But the God of my fathers did not suffer him to fall into my hands, so that I should find him alone and slay him, and cause a second tribe to be destroyed in Israel. And now, my children, behold, I am dying, and I tell you a truth, that unless ye keep yourselves from the spirit of lying and of anger, and the love... Okay. That unless ye keep yourselves from the spirit of lying... unless ye keep yourself from the spirit of lying and of anger, and love truth and long suffering, ye shall perish. For anger is blindness, and does not suffer one to see the face of any man with truth. For though it be a father or a mother, he behaveth towards them as enemies. Though it be a brother, he knoweth him not. Though it be a prophet of the Lord, he disobeyeth him. Though a righteous man, he regardeth him not. Though a friend, he doth not acknowledge him. For the spirit of anger encompasseth him, and encompasseth. Hopefully that was entertaining to y'all as well. Okay. For the spirit of anger encompasseth him with the net of deceit, and blindeth his eyes, and through lying darkeneth his mind, and giveth him its own particular vision, and wherewith encompasseth his eye. Wow. Okay, and that's a question. Okay, gotta rework how I'm gonna say that. And wherewith encompasseth his eyes, his hatred of the heart, so as to be envious of his brother. For anger is an evil thing, my children, for it troubleth even the soul itself. And the body of angry man, and the body of the angry man it maketh its own, and over his soul it getteth the mastery, and it bestoweth upon the body power that it may work all iniquity. And when the body does all these things, the soul justifieth what is done, since it seeth not a right. Okay. Since it seeth not a right. Therefore, he that is wrathful, if he be a mighty man, hath a threefold power in his anger. One by the help of his servants, and a second by his wealth, whereby he persuadeth and overcometh wrongfully. And thirdly, having his own natural power, he worketh thereby the evil. And though the wrathful man be weak, yet hath he a power twofold of that which is by nature. For wrath ever aideth such in lawlessness. The Spirit goeth always with lying at the right hand of Satan, that with cruelty and lying his works. Okay, sorry. This spirit goeth away with lying at the right hand of Satan, that with cruelty and lying his works may be wrought. Understand ye therefore the power of wrath, that it is in vain. For it is first of all giveth provocation. Why am I having such problem with words, guys? Why? Why am I having problems with these words? Okay. Okay. For it first of all giveth provocation. Why? Provocation. Oh my gosh. Okay. For first of all, it giveth provocation. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to take a drink of water. I'm going to take a drink of coffee. And then we're going to continue. I hope you can laugh at me like I'm laughing at myself. All right. Where is it? Okay. For it first of all giveth provocation. Oh my gosh. For it first of all giveth provocation by word, then by the deeds it strengtheneth him who is angry, and with sharp disturbeth his mind, and so stirreth up with great wrath his soul. Therefore, when any one speaketh against you, be not ye moved to anger. And if any man praiseth you as a holy man, be not uplifted. Be not moved either to delight or to disgust. For first it pleaseth the hearing, and so maketh the mind keen to perceive the grounds for provocation. And so maketh the mind keen to perceive the grounds from provocation. I'm literally spiraling right now. For it pleaseth, so it pleaseth the hearing, and so maketh the mind keen to perceive the grounds for provocation. And then being enraged, he thinketh that he is justly angry. If ye fall into any loss or ruin, my children, be not afflicted. For this very spirit maketh a man desire that which is perishable, in order that he may be enraged through the affliction. And if ye suffer loss voluntarily or involuntarily, be not vexed, for from vexation arises wrath with lying. Moreover, a twofold mischief is wrath with lying, and they assist one another in order to disturb the heart. And when the soul is continually disturbed, the Lord departeth from it, and the Balar ruleth over it. Whoo, hot dog, that's some words. Chapter 2. A prophecy of sins, captivity, plagues, and ultimate restitution of the nation. They still talk of Eden. Verse 23 is remarkable in the light of prophecy. Chapter 2. Observe therefore, my children, the commandments of the Lord, and keep his law. Depart from wrath, and hate lying, that the Lord may dwell among you, and Belair may flee from you. Speak truth each one with his neighbor, so shall ye not fall into wrath and confusion. But ye shall be in peace, having the God of peace, so shall no war prevail over you. Love the Lord through all your life, and one another with a true heart. I know that in the last days ye shall depart from the Lord, and ye shall provoke Levi unto anger, and fight against Judah. But ye shall not prevail against them, for an angel of the Lord shall guide them both, for by them shall Israel stand. And whensoever ye depart from the Lord, ye shall walk in all evil and the work of abomination of the Gentiles, going and whoring after women of the lawless ones, while with all wickedness the spirits of wickedness work in you. For I have read in the book of Enoch the righteous, that your prince is Satan, and that all the spirits of the wickedness and pride will conspire to attend and that all the spirits of wickedness and pride will conspire to attend consistently on the sons of Levi, to cause them to sin before the Lord. And my sons will draw near to Levi and sin with them in all things. And the sons of Judah will be covetous, plundering other men's goods like lions. Therefore shall ye be led away with them into captivity, and there shall ye receive all the plagues of Egypt, and all the evils of the Gentiles. And so when ye shall return to the Lord, ye shall obtain mercy, and he shall bring you into his and so when ye return to the Lord, ye shall obtain mercy, and he shall bring you into his sanctuary, and he shall give you peace. And there shall arise unto you from the tribe of Judah and of Levi the salvation of the Lord, and he shall make war against Belair, and execute an everlasting vengeance on our enemies, and the captivity shall he take from Belair the souls of the saint, and turn disobedient hearts unto the Lord, and give to them all that call upon him eternal peace. And the saint shall arise in Eden, and in the new Jerusalem shall the righteous rejoice, and it shall too be unto the glory of God forever. And no longer shall Jerusalem endure desolation, nor Israel be led captive. For the Lord shall be in the midst of it, living amongst men, and the Holy One of Israel shall reign over it in humility and in poverty. And he who believeth on him shall reign amongst men in truth. And now fear the Lord, my children, and beware of Satan and his spirits. Draw near unto God, and unto the angel that intercedeth for you, for he is a mediator between God and man. For the peace of Israel he shall stand up against the kingdom of the enemy. Therefore is the enemy eager to destroy all that call upon the Lord. For he knoweth that upon the day on which Israel shall repent, the kingdom of the enemy shall be brought to an end. For the very angel of peace shall strengthen Israel, that it fall not into the extremity of evil. And it shall be in the time of lawlessness of Israel, that the Lord will not depart from them, but will transform them into a nation that doeth his will. For none of the angels will be equal unto him. And his name shall be in every place in Israel and among the Gentiles. Keep therefore yourselves, my children, from every evil work, and cast away wrath and all lying, and love truth and long suffering. And the things which ye have heard from your fathers do ye also impart to your children, that the Savior of the Gentiles may receive you. For he is true and long-suffering, meek and lowly, and teaches by his works the law of God. Depart therefore from all unrighteousness, and cleave unto righteousness of God, and your race will be saved forever. And bury me near my fathers. And when he had said these things, he kissed them, and fell asleep at good old age. And his sons buried him. And after they carried up his bones, and placed them near Abraham, and Isaac, and Jacob. Nevertheless, Dan prophesied unto them that they should forget that. Nevertheless, Dan prophesied unto them that they should forget their God, and should be alienated from the land of their inheritance, and from the race of Israel, and from the family of their seed. Whew, okay. That was beautiful. There was, obviously in chapter 1, we got pull this up a little bit. In chapter 1, we got, kind of his part. He talked about, and we kind of learned from the other brothers from the other chapters, Dan had some repercussions in his life. He kind of doesn't get into those repercussions as much as the other brothers do, but you could see he talks about his desire to slay his brother. And when he wanted to slay his brother, right, it was, he obviously knew that it was God who didn't let that happen. And even when he was sold, he rejoiced because they thought, okay, well, now our father will love us more than, more because, Joseph's gone. But I do love that, again, we're getting this inside this, other perspective from that story with Joseph and his brothers, and how that, how he was affected through that, right? He had a covetous heart. He was quick to anger. He had that wrath, and he talks about the spirit of it, right? And the blindness that spirit causes, and how it makes you feel like you're right in it. That, and does not suffer man to see the face of any man with truth. He literally, and he does not acknowledge him, right? And he goes through all of these things. Oh, and right here, this part in 13, for the spirit of anger encompasseth him with the net of deceit, and blindeth his eyes, and through lying darkeneth his mind, and giveth him its own particular vision. So he's like literally, and it's up here, it talks about it giving its own particular vision. So Dan's like giving you this understanding because he went through that to the point where he was willing to, Cain his Abel, right? He was willing to kill his brother because of jealousy. And we kind of saw that last chapter as well with the Testament of Zebulun. So very, very, I love that they kind of bring that up, and then they talk about those spirits that go with it. And, and then in chapter 2, we get this, that same thread that we saw in the quote unquote canon, the 66. We saw that same thread of it talking about this one day that the Lord will reign and be here. And we get that same beautiful language. You get that, and it's like, it's almost like they're all hearing this from one source, and that's where they're hearing it from, and where did he hear it from, and so on and so forth. And so beautiful here, where it gives that the saints shall rest in Eden, and New Jerusalem shall be the righteous rejoice, and it shall be unto the glory of God forever, and no longer shall Jerusalem endure desolation. Not gonna get captive. For the Lord shall be in the midst of men, living with us, and the Holy One of Israel shall be reigning over in humility and in poverty, and he who believeth shall reign amongst men in truth. Like, gosh, so beautiful. Same language, same promise, over and over and over, and it gives you the opposite too. Like, if you fall into wrath, if you are in deceiving, you're going to destruction. Like, you're not in a good place. And so very beautiful. This one was quick, the few recent ones have been a pretty quick chapters, but I think so much is jam-packed into them. I really enjoy them. I hope y'all are enjoying them too. I'd love to see y'all in the discussion in the comments. Comments, likes, subs, and shares. Those all help the channel grow. If you didn't see last night's stream, we were talking about propaganda. It was a great episode. If you're interested, you didn't get to check it out yet, check that out. But yeah, that's a stream. So until next time, guys, I hope y'all have a good weekend coming, a good rest of your week coming up. And until next time, ABBA loved you first. Good night, everybody. Have a good day, everybody. Good week.
Your glory, conceal a mystery. You search a matter out. You raise up a standard to beat back